It's very good, very good.
Okay. And what are the challenges of running a Saturday school in this times of austerity?
Funding.
But
we contribute.
Yeah, because
so you're still
a lot of us here are basically volunteer teachers. Yeah, the majority, we all volunteer. We don't get paid for what we do. And
so we mainly funding.
Yeah.
And even we going on trips.
Yeah.
We go on the trip.
And we contribute still what we have to contribute.
We might get paying, so if you want to, we could contribute towards, and parents are happy to put whatever towards.
Yeah. So there's all that collective thing that we bring in things.
I mean, we must be doing something, right? Because we've been going from since 1997.
Yeah, about 20 years.
Also, we've had children who we have picked up that they might be dyslexic or other educational
so you've picked that up outside the mainstream school?
Yes, we have one recently. What we just by observing them in our class and from their behavior that they need to look further into it. And we had recently one parent that she actually had to pay to get the assessment done, the learning disability assessment.
Is that because the school refused
to admit that there was anything at all wrong with this child? And when it was done, there was a great deal wrong with the child. Even with the hearing, the sound was normal to us, but to him, it was vibrating, that all that was causing like an annoyance to him. He's dyslexic, he's got other things wrong that he doesn't retain information like a normal child will retain it, or it takes him longer to absorb whatever other information he needs to absorb. But a very long report came back what the parents actually had to pay for, and it was through us picking it up, coming here, and we pick it up. We said, no, it's not just a behavior problem, there's actually something, because he was saying like the clown of the classroom, and it wasn't actually that, because he had all these problems, that his behavior was such that it could cause you to be angry with him and saying, oh, you don't want to learn, but he wasn't retaining the information long enough.
It's not his fault.
And and now because of that, the school has to put in the help too.
So do you think, are children benefiting from much smaller class sizes and getting more one-to-one?
Yeah, more one-to-one, because not every child can walk in a group situation or on their own or whatever. They need that extra help, which the schools sometimes can't do because they just haven't got the staff. And when they close a lot of the special needs school, remember they put them into the mainstream, so there isn't the help there to help them like what they would have get into the other school for learning disabilities.
Another challenge is the fact that Saturday school is what it is on Saturday. So of course, a lot of parents, there's football, there's gymnastics, there's dancing, there's other extra things that some parents didn't want to spend the time on Saturdays with. But what I think is a weakness in our community, because a lot of the other communities, education, they do education 8 to 7 days a week. Right? We think, well, okay, 5 days and then let the children get rest. No, the habit of learning is very important, and coming into an environment where people like yourself are doing a learning activity is very important, and I think that has a psychological impact on the child, a positive impact to see that people are in a learning environment, people like themselves doing this every week. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Our Shane coming every Saturday. you could see a change in them things of reporting when they go back the Monday to school, like Monday to Friday. You could see the learning, they kind of understand things better. They got their confidence. So it's helping them, even though we got to have them once a week at the end of the week, but it's helping them.
So, I mean,
helping them, yeah.
Is there any communication or interaction with the schools that the children are going to? Because obviously the children are benefiting from learning here at weekends. So is there any gratitude or communication with the mainstream schools?
Well, we have a sharing of information
Oh, all right.
program, like with Chipping Through.
That's a local school.
Yeah,
They
like
have
a partnership with them,
partnership
Good.
with that particular school.
But
But yeah, but they... That's a parent. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we have that, and the schools know, the parents know, any communication with the school teachers, they could let us know, via the parents. But yeah, most of the schools are aware that the children are doing inside the school program.
Excellent. Because back in the day, that was an issue, wasn't it? The schools were virtually ignoring Saturday schools, but now they see the benefits.
They've seen the benefit, and they're helping them at the end of the day.
the schools are challenged because of a number of reasons. One being obviously finance and funding, and so therefore you have an increase in classroom sizes. And there's a certain culture that goes on in the classroom, certain behaviour, and obviously in many schools, or in some schools, there's a greater interest to those who are high performing, and sometimes the ones who maybe not as quick as fast, in some cases left behind or left to get on as best as possible. We have picked up some of those learners, and when you just spend a little time engaging and interact with them, you can see that it's not the fact that they're they may not be as quick as sharp, but they're able. With a little bit of interest and engagement, you can stimulate that interest in learning. We've been able to stimulate interest and derive this first. So they've been able to pick up things, realise things, and sort of maybe it's a mindset change of mindset. So not such a defeatist mindset, or like they're allowed to sort of take that mindset on maybe in the mainstream school, not through the school being in itself thought bad, but just because of the sheer pressures that school itself is under, and because they have to meet targets. They've got some classroom sizes. You go in there, they're 30 plus, and there's one teacher with no teaching support, no teaching assistant, and so the teacher has to work that much harder. So it's a very teacher-led delivery with interactions and exercises. And if you don't, a session could be an hour, 50 minutes, and you've got so much to cover through the curriculum. So things are more lent toward the more able, or those ones who are more independent learners. And these challenges are fall upon some of our children who may be in areas which demographically or geographically are not the most well-funded areas. So the schools are quite challenged with those resources, and coming here helps to sort of in a sense pick up that lack that's ongoing in the mainstream schools, to give them a better chance of performing and doing well.
But and also, going to the school on Saturday isn't always necessarily about a child that's not doing well or with challenges. What about the children that are doing well that do attend?
It can help, because like some of them come here do the 11 plus. So the ones that are able that come here take it, and who are that bit more motivated, and they develop themselves even further. And a number of students who do come here have gone on to be successful at 11 plus.
The 11 plus, we do 11 plus in Buckinghamshire, not something that's done in London, so I don't know. Yeah, so that takes them on to grammar
To
school.
the elitist grammar schools. We have a number of kids who come in that we do, especially along all the levels. We do sort of introduce aspects of the 11 plus and areas where the learner can get engaged with this and start to become more proficient in those areas, and that adds to whatever further they're doing outside or during or in their whole sort of educational life or development life, and that's